Offset has a lot of bad habits, bro. Like, he's a serial degenerate gambler.
Throughout the 2010s, Offset, along with Quavo and Takeoff, ran the industry. The group Migos had hit after hit, won endless awards, and had countless chart-topping albums and singles. Migos was synonymous with fame, wealth, and success even after they broke up in May of 2022. However, since then, Offset's elite reputation has tanked hard to the point that his finances have become the laughingstock of the industry. And it wasn't because of hard times or a bad luck streak, it was because he literally gambled it all away. Offset has one of the most severe gambling problems the industry has ever seen. It's caused him to go from the pinnacle of wealth to being in debts that are literally threatening his life. But how could that have happened to someone who was so successful? To find that out, today we're doing a deep dive on Offset's rise and fall and how he's turned into the biggest degenerate in the music industry. How did Offset and Migos first rise to fame? How did Offset allegedly go broke after making millions off rap? And how did his gambling habits almost cost him his life? My name's Poncho, the host of Rap Lore, and we're gonna dive into it right now.
When you win so much money, you don't know what to do with yourself. This fell asleep at the table with 250.
To understand how Offset got to such a dark place, we first need to understand his background and where he came from. Kiari Kendrell Cephas, also known as Offset, was born on December 14th of 1991 in Lawrenceville, Georgia, which is a suburb northeast of Atlanta. He grew up in a close-knit family and was raised alongside his cousins Quavius Marshall, also known as Quavo, and Kershnick Ball Takeoff. His dad was absent in his childhood, which drove Offset to the streets to find guidance and a male role model. He began rapping as a teenager along with his cousins, which honed their flow, technique, and unique call and response style. Around 2008, they became an official group, initially using the name Polo Club before switching to Migos, and they started dropping music like crazy. They put out several mixtapes that made noise around Atlanta and really cut through the noise with their 2013 smash hit Versace.
Versace, Medusa head on me like I'm Illuminati. I know that you like it. Versace, my neck and my wrist is so sloppy.
Versace did crazy numbers, charted on Billboard, and got the attention of Drake, who hopped on the remix, boosting the Migos name even further. From there, the group put out massive songs like Bad and Bougie, Slippery, Motorsport, and Walk It Talk It, solidifying themselves as hitmakers and rap royalty. In May of 2022, after having one of the most legendary runs in rap history, the Migos would break up due to creative and business differences between Quavo and Offset. Offset wanted to pursue a solo career, while Quavo wanted to partner with Takeoff and continue Migos, deeply fracturing the connection that they had. Then on November 1st of 2022, any chance of a reconciliation was shattered when Takeoff was fatally in a bowling alley in Houston. He would pass at 28 years old, and Offset would say in an interview that the group cannot continue without its main man. Despite this breakup and Takeoff's tragic death, the amount of money Offset made in his rap career should have lasted for 10 lifetimes. Unfortunately for him though, things would play out in a much more sad, dark way.
Oof, bad news for Offset. He's facing major financial troubles for his unpaid tax balance. They're saying it's past 2.3 million. Oh man, that is not what you want.
The first sign that Offset was dealing with major money issues came to light in 2024 when the IRS published that the rapper was in major debt. And when I say major, I mean major. For reasons that we don't know, Offset refused to pay taxes between 2021 and 2023, which led to the IRS slamming him with a $1.5 million tax lien. Now, to be fair, this isn't unique to Offset at all. Lots of famous artists have had big tax issues like DMX, Lauryn Hill, Ja Rule, and recently 6ix9ine. But that doesn't make it any less embarrassing. After years of not filing and having interest accrue, in 2025 it was revealed that the total amount owed was $2.3 million. Now, it might be up for debate if not paying your taxes makes you a degenerate. I'm not sure, to be honest. Let me know in the comments if it does or doesn't. But the thing that definitely makes you a degenerate is the fact that he not only didn't want to pay, but he tried to coerce his wife at the time, Cardi B, to foot the bill. And the way he tried to force Cardi to pay for his mistakes is by hanging their divorce over her head. Cardi wanted to get divorced in 2024 for like the third time, after Offset was repeatedly caught cheating and being unfaithful, which is also very degenerate activity too. Offset then leveraged this on Cardi by refusing to finalize their divorce unless she helped him with his massive tax bill. She would break down all the details on a Twitter Spaces live.
The only reason why I'm still married is because somebody wants me to pay for the taxes. Y'all want to know the tea? The only way I could get out of my marriage if I pay for somebody else's taxes, even though I pay for my own, and give them one of my properties. I'm fighting for that. I'm gonna fight for that. This is not no love shit. I'm not gonna stop living my life because on a contract, I'm practically still married because somebody wanna hold me hostage if I don't give them millions of dollars to get out of it. So that's what I'm going through in life.
That is crazy on a level that I've never even heard of before. It also makes you wonder, where did the money go? Migos was a world famous act. Offset had more chart topping songs and features than I can even count. So what happened? And this is where gambling enters the picture.
Offset is one of those guys who spends money really quickly. He's always made a lot of money. For whatever reason, when it comes to gambling, it comes across like he doesn't have it.
There's no other way to say this other than saying Offset has one of the grossest gambling addictions I've ever seen in the industry or my life in general. I tried to find a story on when he started gambling but couldn't find any reliable sources, so it's hard to say, but regardless, today he's in the full swing of it, being seen in casinos around the country on a regular basis. However, he's clearly not had the best luck inside those casinos because he's taken some crazy losses at the hands of slot machines. Reports are scattered on how much he really lost, but it ranged from being down a couple $100,000 to about $800,000, which the celebrity bodyguard Big Homie CC revealed on Cam Capone News.
He was down 800,000 at the time of this when it happened.
But the biggest issue isn't that he gambled his own money away, it's that he was gambling everyone around him's money away, oftentimes never paying them back. Some people took the loss on the chin, but others don't play about their money at all. Enter the picture Lil Tjay, who Offset borrowed money from and ran off, leading to Offset almost losing his life. There's a lot of lore here, so I'll break it all down. Sometime around 2024 to 2025, Lil Tjay loaned Offset $10,000 because he was broke at a casino. According to Tjay, he was asking everyone around for cash apps so that he could keep playing. And not gonna lie, that is embarrassing as hell for someone like Offset to do, but regardless, here we are. Offset never returned the 10 bands, which made Tjay irate, causing him to expose Offset on Twitch.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all the stream too. That nigga broke, that nigga pop.
Offset then responded to the call out by offering to fight Tjay live on stream in New York. Quote, "Let's hit it on live. I'll fly you out. This ain't gonna stop the you fell off allegations. Meet me in New York and give me a one on live." The two exchanged DMs about the situation where Tjay demanded his 10 racks back and saying that he would smack the shit out of him. Offset replied by saying, quote, "Nigga, get it back in blood." Tjay then leaked the DM exchange with the caption, "Yo, pay that tab, homie. Don't fade yourself over a little 10-pack. And that caption was the perfect foreshadowing for what was to come. On April 6th of 2026, shit hit the fan outside the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida. According to the FBI, a large group of people from Tjay's camp ambushed Offset trying to steal his watch to compensate for the money that he owed. During the scuffle, someone in Tjay's entourage pulled out a gun and shot Offset in the butt, the booty, the ass. Damn. And jokes aside, it's pretty scary stuff. People immediately started drawing parallels to this situation in the tragic death of Takeoff back in 2022. However, this one had a relatively more positive outcome. Offset was rushed to the hospital and listed in stable condition and released the next day in a wheelchair. That's also where the now infamous photos of Offset smoking a cig in a hospital gown came from. Lil Tjay would get arrested right after this situation, not for the actual shooting, but for disorderly conduct, and he caught that charge because he allegedly orchestrated the fight between his crew and Offset. Tjay bonded out right away and made a video calling Offset a rat, accusing him of cooperating with the cops.
The last thing I seen was Offset looking at me like this. Yo, that shot me. That shot me.
But cooperation or not, as of May, nobody's been charged with the shooting, so we'll stay tuned in to see how that develops. And here's the thing, right? You could make the argument that Lil Tjay and his crew are in the wrong for how they responded to Offset running off on them. That's 100% a valid stance to take. At the same time as Offset, you don't get to decide how people respond to you robbing them. If you do someone dirty, you can't control how they respond and how violent they choose to be, especially when you DM them crazy shit like get it back in blood. Even if it's a horrible choice on Tjay's end to act the way that he and his crew did, Offset is still on the receiving end of that. You're on the receiving end of a horrible decision sparked by your inability to control yourself at a casino. But I guess for Offset, these risks weren't big enough deterrents, leading to where we are today.
it's obvious that there's a problem there.
For sure.
I mean, you lost your brother to gambling. Hey, you lost Takeoff to gambling. Hey, you go right back to gambling. After Takeoff's passing, I wouldn't want to see a piece of dice ever in my life again.
Now, most people would think getting shot would be the peak of how bad it would get for Offset, and realistically it probably is, but the next closest thing would be the fallout from when the story broke. People had mixed reactions about the shooting. While a lot of people immediately showed concern for Offset and prayed for a speedy recovery, others didn't necessarily feel the same. In fact, a large group of people came forward to share their negative experiences with Offset in regards to his gambling. Exhibit A is Ebro, the ex-Hot 97 host who Offset owed $5,000 to.
I've talked to him 1,000 times since then and never jammed him up about $5,000.
No, of course.
Because clearly he's somebody that didn't pay his bet.
Exhibit B is Selena Powell, the OnlyFans model who Offset finessed out of 5 figures.
Has $15,000 of her money.
Yeah, I need a little collateral.
So we're definitely recording everything. We're definitely getting everything because we're gonna get this money.
And Exhibit C is Des Bryant, the ex-NFL wide receiver who made a lengthy post about his experience with Offset. Quote, I don't ever talk about what I do or my relationships with anyone, but I'm gonna give y'all a quick story between me and Offset. I beat Offset out of 8K, he tried to take a nap on me, and I go to tap on him to wake him up, telling him I need that 8K. His partners saw me tapping on him. I could tell his partners wanted to jump on some bullshit. I chilled because I was by myself, completely outnumbered, so I charged it to the game. I swear to God, Offset reached out to me yesterday 3 hours before we got shot on a money play. I thought about it and said, I'm good. Then I saw the news later and was like, damn, some people don't play about their money. And the list goes on and on and on. Bro got exposed for running off on the whole industry, sinking his reputation into the gutter. But his issues didn't end there. Just 2 days after being shot, Offset got sued by a Detroit casino for running up a $100,000 credit line to gamble, which he never paid back. Seems to be a little bit of a theme here. According to reports, the casino owners tried to get in touch with Offset but couldn't do it. So they tried to withdraw the money from his account directly, which were the terms of his credit line, but there wasn't enough money in the account to cover the bill. This is a fresh case, so we'll see how it plays out over time, but it's so crazy to think that this is Offset that we're talking about. Offset, a member of the biggest rap group of the 2010s. That's who we're talking about. It's crazy, bro. It's genuinely embarrassing. Despite all this negativity, there was one good luck spark that came recently. The beef between Offset and TJ took an unexpected twist on May 14th when Lil Tjay waved the white flag.
Offset's a bum. He over here taking people, bread, running off. Hey, man, I'll get it back in blood. I'm like, damn. Nigga, I thought y'all was gonna film me, feel me?
How much owe you?
It was 10K, it was nothing, bro.
To be honest, I did not see that coming. I thought this was gonna be a lifelong beef in rap, but life is full of surprises, I guess.
Don't ever count me out or put me in a place where I'm not valued or you think I'm not valuable, I'm not good enough. I'm the best if I have to be.
So with that said, what does this all mean for Offset? Well, first, despite getting in the ass over 10 grand, it doesn't look like he learned his lesson at all. This was proven a few days after he left the hospital when he was seen right back in the casino in an electric wheelchair gambling again. That is beyond crazy in my opinion. I know I've been making jokes this video, but in my eyes, this is really a raging gambling problem, and it's probably in Offset's best interest to get some help for it. I think that, and a lot of other people think that. DJ Vlad even said in an interview with 1090 Jake that Offset should go to Gamblers Anonymous and get right.
Go to Gamblers Anonymous, man, and really get yourself right, Offset, because this is sad.
Also, when he was released from the hospital, he made a post about the situation where he thanked people for checking in and said, quote, life's a gamble. So it's either he's trolling or he really didn't learn a thing from the situation. Now, I can't imagine that Offset is truly broke from his gambling habit. Migos made so much money during its run, he's still likely getting royalty checks from his music, and he can still make money. He can still tour, do features, do interviews, and lots more things to get the bag. At the same time, it's not out of the realm of possibility that Offset could gamble his last dollar away. And there's examples of people with 9-figure net worths who've done this before. One example is Terrace Watanabe, a successful businessman that gambled $350 million in a matter of a few years inside of Vegas casinos. He's actually banned from Vegas casinos because of how much money he spent and how he basically ruined his life. Nobody's immune to the effects of addiction. If no one or nothing intervenes, Offset's gambling addiction could take him for the worst ride of his life. With all that said, that's how Offset became the biggest biggest degenerate in hip hop. But also, this is just how he's been a degenerate with his money. This doesn't include any of the legal issues he's had over the years or the crazy cheating history he's had in relationships, mainly Cardi B. He is literally a serial cheater. While he was dating Cardi, he was documented to have been with Jade, who is 6ix9ine's baby mother, Cuban Doll, who messages leaked of Offset asking her for a threesome, Summer Bunny, who Offset had a fling with while Cardi was pregnant, and according to academics on a DJ Vlad interview, Saweetie, Krishan Rock, and Ari Fletcher. And making it even more sick, Saweetie is Quavo's ex-girl. That's your cousin's and your ex-rap partner's ex-girl. And also, these are just the documented cases. Who knows how many more there are that just never saw the light of day. That might be a whole other video for another time, but the point is that degeneracy goes far beyond money. Let me know what you think about this in the comments, and if you want to watch a video about why hip-hop doesn't respect Cardi B, I have one here on the channel. Check it out.